So, some good news today. It appears lions are going extinct. They're severely endangered, down to 23,000 from 100,000 in 1980. That means over the course of 31 years, I think that's right, they have gone down by more than 75%. Now, I don't think this is due to poachers. I have some green family members, and they believe that this is the result of greedy poachers somehow selling lion meat and lion fangs for necklaces or some crap. No. I just think this is due to humanity growing ever more technological, and as a result, the animals cannot compete. And why should we care, you know? I mean, I am not a conservationist. I'm going to just get that out there. I don't give a fuck about the lions. Why should I? Lions would eat my babies if they had the chance to. They would maul me if they had the chance to. All they do is lay around, fuck, and kill. I mean, you could say the same thing about humans, but at least humans have this majesty of architecture and sentient life that, you know, thinks about issues on a deeper level. We have this concept of good and evil that other animals just do not possess. And that's why I'm not very concerned about animal cruelty and, you know, the genocide of animal species. It's not because I'm just mean, you know, I don't think it's right to just hurt something to hurt it. But it is not a concern of mine because these animals are fucking worthless. And I don't mean they're worthless in the sense that they don't contribute anything to the biosphere. Of course they do. That's the planet. Everything on this planet is an extension of the planet itself. But we are different. We are independent of the planet. We are a microorganism that has separated itself from the celestial alignment. And we have made our own path in life. And that is the only purpose we have. That is the only purpose any living thing could have. Everything else is bound to biological slavery, where they fuck, they kill, and they die. That is their lot in life. But we have something else. Because we have intelligence, we can escape that, or at least try to. And that is our purpose in life. That is why no matter what we kill, no matter what we destroy, no matter who we hurt, we have to remember why we do it. We have to remember that it is for the greater good. And I say that a lot because as a Warhammer 40k fan, I have a predisposition toward the Taiyu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but the Taiyu are this alien species that had to endure the warp. Essentially, they were in hell. And they were a savage race of, you know, primitive tribes when they went in. But what seemed like eons to them was, you know, but a few hundred years to the rest of the universe. And in that time, in the warp, they hyper-evolved into this technological super race that, you know, has lasers and Japanese mecha and everything. And when they came out, they had some kind of genetic mutagen that made them immune to the warp. They were not corrupted by chaos as immediately as other races. And they had this vague idea of the greater good. And it is their goal in life to convert as many alien species to the greater good as possible. They have not delved into what the greater good is, but we know they are opposed to chaos. Chaos doesn't like them because they're not easy to convert. And they do essentially want to, you know, make everybody's life better. They are the most inclusive, good faction within Warhammer 40k. That is, if you can ignore, you know, the genocide and the mind control devices and the brainwashing, the eugenics and everything like that. But that's an evil humanity can understand. So that's a bit more tolerable in comparison to what goes on in Warhammer 40k about just omnicidal mania, where they just want to destroy everything, or just exist in perpetual warfare and conflict like the orcs, or, just convert everybody to this ideal of spiritual evolution, of, crazy hedonism and Slanish, or just chaotic change after change in Tzeentch, or, so I guess that's the thing about Warhammer 40k. That's why it's called Grimdark, because everything is the villain, and you have to decide for yourself what is the lesser evil, and by extension, what is the protagonist. And that's why I call life the Warhammer 40k theory. And what I'm saying here is that, life does not have objective purpose. You have to make purpose for yourself. Now, I am not denying the existence of God or the existence of a spiritual nature to our being, but just like in Warhammer 40k, spiritual existence and the existence of the Lord God does not constray from the fact that we still do not have a purpose in this life. It does not deviate from the fact that life is just full of regret and shame and bullshit. And the only way to escape that is to focus on what it is you want in life and what it is you want beyond your life, because you will die very quickly. You are just a spark, and you will flicker out within a decimal of a millisecond in comparison to everything else. But your short time on this plane is your opportunity to extend your will and to extend some greater ideal than yourself. And I say the Warhammer 40k theory, but in essence, we are all chaos. We are all being pulled by some sort of chaos god. And I don't see enough people being pulled by the good chaos gods, I guess you could put it as. And, I could get into that in another video, because that would require at least 2 videos. Because to truly capture my religion and my beliefs, I just don't have enough time here. And, that's what gets me about people. They mock me because of my religious beliefs. And, for a long time, I was afraid to call myself a Christian, because I did not want to be associated with the typical type of Christian that I call cryptic Baal worshippers. And, I don't like that presumption that just because I believe in the Lord God, that I am incapable of rationalizing my own views, that I have never experienced things to come to my own conclusions. And, but at some point I stopped caring, because you're all evil zombies anyway. You are all mass controlled by puppeteer corporations, and you cannot think for yourselves. You live and die for your slave masters. So I will no longer apologize for my religious beliefs. But I admit that my religious beliefs are not like your neo-Christian churches that run idol worship and, just bask in their ignorance. However, I do admit that just because I believe in something does not mean every word that comes out of my mouth is that of God's. I do not claim to speak for God. I believe God is like a chaos god of justice, righteousness, Valier. And as a human being, I am not capable of that purity. I am not capable of being pure justice and pure righteousness. But it is my hope, and that's all it is. That's why it's called faith. It is my hope that in my life I commit to justice and righteousness above all else. And that when I die, my spirit will evolve into an orb of justice and righteousness that permeates the universe. And that is the best I can do. That is the best I can strive for. That is the best I can commit to. And I guess you could call that Christian nihilism. That's all I have to say. It's been 9 minutes. I'm nearing the end, so see ya.